She has a desire that never dies. But as time flies by, she sees the world starts to change. If only someone can fill the void, to show that fire never dies, to show that time always lies, to see desire never dies. Her tender bright eyes making hurtful little lies. How can someone so sweet be so cruel? If only someone could fill the void, to show that fire never dies, to show that time always lies, to see desire never die. Someone finally filled the void. She finally opened her eyes to see. She found way deep inside a fire that won't subside, a clock with a broken hand, desire that never died, a fire that won't subside, a clock with a broken hand, desire that never died. Thank you. Yeah, the chord progression just kind of spoke to me, and it was weird because I was reading the Shakespeare sonnet, and of course, you know, it's early English and doesn't really make sense, but I kind of picked out certain words and phrasings, and I was like, oh, that kind of sounds right. So it's pretty cool. So, kind of hybrid. I guess I'm going to still continue on with kind of, I want to say borrow, but it's kind of borrowing. I wrote this song called What Can You Do, or What Could You Do? It's my take from, if you read it, it's called Flowers for Algernon. And what it is, if you guys haven't read Flowers for Algernon, it's about a mentally ill man, and he kind of falls in love with this really good-looking girl, but his coworkers are making fun of him. And he has his friend who's a scientist, and his scientist friend, you know, he's testing lab rats and whatnot, and he gives like an experimental drug to this lab rat, and this rat can find the cheese like every single time. And so he decides to give it to this man, and as time goes, you know, the man's starting to change a little bit. He's starting to get smarter and smarter, and he actually has like a functioning life finally. And then, sadly, though, it's like as the story kind of progresses, like the rat, you know, he starts to deteriorate, and rat eventually dies. And the scientist guy, he's kind of worried that it's going to happen to this man as well. And he goes and tells him, he's like, you know, this might not be permanent. It's just going to be just a short while, so just make the most of it. And sadly, it does. He reverts back to his old ways, and instead of sticking around, he kind of just leaves. And this is kind of my take of it from his perspective. The song is called What Can You Do? There is this man, friendly Reverend Joe, but he didn't know he had a problem. So he took a shot and he found himself a doc. He said, boy, you'll make history. What would you do if people don't like you? How can you tell if something wrong of you? All he ever wanted was to fit in with the rest and for people to like him. Sadly for this man, the drugs are wearing off, forgetting everything he had learned. What would you do if people don't like you? How can you tell if change will do you any good?
I kept doing like, oh, okay, no,
It's
no,
coming. It's coming.
All right, so I know like a lot of our listeners are okay. Anybody can do this job. I'm stuttering now. No, but I know that a lot of our listeners are wondering, which musician did you like, listen to growing up? Who do you think you sound like? Who do you think you take, in terms of an influence and sound?
Who I'm trying to sound like, or
No, not trying to sound like, because factually speaking, everybody has listened to other musicians, and there's some things that rub off in a manner of speaking.
I really like to listen to James Taylor. He's like definitely my top.
Good musician.
And
good stuff.
Jackson Brown, I really like listening to him. I definitely like the Eagles just because of their songwriting style, because they have like a imagery kind of style, and that's kind of what I try to aim for.
I gotcha.
But James Taylor and Jackson Brown are like probably my top two that I like.
Good stuff. People, thank you. So I know that initially when you were introducing yourself, you talked a lot also about doing chorus and instruments. Was the guitar your first instrument?
Yes.
Is it your only instrument?
I tried a little bit of piano.
Oh, that's cool.
And found out I don't really like the piano.
I almost started smiling because I'm like, hey, I'm a piano guy. And he goes, I don't like piano. I'm like, fine. All right, cool.
I did have a really good piano teacher, Miss Van Dam, but now Miss Henry.
I don't. You don't like piano.
Well, I was like
a really good teacher.
I mean, she was like really good.
I'm not confused. This is not confused.
I don't know. We had a baby Grand at the old house too.
Oh, is it? Cool.
And just trying to sit down and go, just kind of play around with it.
Well, no worries. You're doing awesome on guitar. If you do want to give the piano another shot, just
hit you up.
yes. But
For those of you listening that don't know Mr. DeFury, he is a piano teacher. So that's where this is coming from.
I was not offended at all.
He's not. He's a jokester. But
I know what you're talking about.
that's cool, though, that you had one available to you, but you still chose the guitar.
Yeah, my dad was like a major influence, and my uncle, he's a professional musician.
See, I told you it's a day. It's a Thursday. That's all it is.
It's just what happened. It's all good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
my dad actually taught me this first little riff.
Well, go, Dad, because that's a damn good one to start with.
Thanks for sharing that. It's funny because remember I was saying that to you earlier. He's just like answering all the questions that I had in mind to ask him, and that was my next question. It was the first thing you learned to play. But thank you. That's good. So what do you have next for us in terms of music, Mr. Hooks?
I think I'm going to do a cover. It's from the Lumineers. It's called one of my personal favorites, Ho Hey. I played it a lot, and it kind of reminds me of this girl I knew in high school. And I think it kind of fits with almost any other relationship, because there's always that one person that's like, I don't think you're right for this person. And I don't know, it kind of seems fitting.
Okay. Do it. We want to hear it.
Here we go.
Thank you.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me, family, all the blood that I would bleed. I don't know where I went wrong, but I know how to write a song. I know how to write a song. 2, 3. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweet. I don't think you're right for him. Think of what it might have been if you took a bus to Chinatown. I'll be standing on Canal and Bowery. She'd be standing next to me. 2, 3. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. 'Cause love, we're bleeding out. Let's call for some. 'Cause oh, we're needing now. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me. You're my sweet. That was fun.
It was fun for us too, man. All right, so the question I think on everybody, I don't know why I seem to speak for everybody, Maybe it's because I have.
Well, you are the judge and jury. So.
Well, that one kind of backfired. I've never heard it come in this direction. I've always been saying it. It's like, well, thank you for recognizing. What do you? You said? Did you mention before how long you've been playing? Oh, I'm sorry. That catch you. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
oh, geez. I've
been a long time, huh?
Yeah, I've been kind of playing off and on, about I'd say like 5 years, off and on.
Yeah.
But mostly, I got really serious in college, so I count that as like 2.5 years.
All right,
but,
so
I started in high school and played a little diddly every now and then.
Have you started recording?
Oh yes, I actually just finished my first ever EP over at Enlightened Studios.
Yes. Yes. Good. Does it have a title track? How can we get this? Is it released yet?
No, I haven't released it yet.
Haven't?
I'm still trying to figure out what to appropriately name it. I guess it is my name or something.
All right. Well, as soon as that's done, just let us know what you want to. I looked around at Josette because I said we, and then. Well, just let us know. We'll figure something out.
What? No, I'm only kidding.
Oh, we were just talking about his EP.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
and
cool.
That's completed. You said
Yes.
soon to be released.
What was that like?
Really nerve-wracking because that was my first time ever in a studio. But it was with Cole and Aaron Stevens, so it was really fun.
They do. They make it
They make
more
it really,
relaxed.
yeah,
They're not
really
scary.
Easy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They don't stare at you and like get it right. But it was really fun.
What was the decision like to go for it and just put it out there?
Well, it's because I saw my friend. I think you might know him. His name is Robbie Walton.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of.
Josette knows everybody.
I'm old. I've been around a long time.
Please.
Yeah, I kind of watched him, and he was kind of like my main reason. I was like, well, if Robbie can do it, and it's like I know Robbie for a while. It's like I think I can try it, attempt it.
Good for you.
Just put it out there and see what happens. But,
well, I like what's happening.
Yeah.
That's cool. Can we get another song from you?
Yeah, sure. So, this song is my newly written song called Hold On. It's kind of about like anger and regret and then forgetfulness towards the end because, the narrator of the song, he gets kind of upset that this girl kind of puts him on, kind of leads him on and then thinks that she likes him and whatnot. It turns out not true, but then as the story progresses, it turns out like, he was just kind of being stupid and they were both being dumb. And he's kind of regretting like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have left in that certain way and try to make up for it. And then like towards the end, they kind of make up a little bit. And yeah, that's it. All right, so the song's called Hold On. There is this girl, pretty as can be. Thought she liked me, boy, did she have me. Couldn't take anymore, I'll see you around. Walking out the front door, this is what she said. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. picked up my phone, gave her a ring, see if she'll answer or let it ring. The ringing ends, the voicemail begins. Thinking of leaving, this is what I said. Oh, oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hours have gone by, but still no reply. Oh, well, I say hi, gave her a try. Then I heard a sound, she's at my door, running around the room, this is what I am. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. So I'm actually going to do something a cappella, only because my mom's in the audience right now. And this is a part. I'm going to do a snippet of a song that she likes. It's from What a Wonderful World. So, let's see. The colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky, of all familiar faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I've watched them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. All right.
That was really sweet, man.
Thanks. All right, that was my little warm up. All right, so this song is called "Rise," and it's kind of like, in my words, I could put like an inspiration, like how people always try to put you below them because they think they're higher above you, and it's kind of like my other song, Desire, is like, it's kind of like a naysayer, like, no, I'm not going to stay down here. I'm going to rise. I'm going to beat you. It's it's pretty much like you're better than what people say you are. So the song's called Rise. This time it's do or die, so watch them stand on by. They say you're gonna fail, you tell no. Not this time. Rise. is that feeling way deep down in your soul? Listen to that voice that's telling you we will rise. When you fall, let you know that you're not alone now. Nor their ugly tune, 'cause you know no one can stop you. Why is that feeling way deep down in your soul? Listen to that voice that's telling you we will rise. Rise that feeling way down in your soul. Listen to that voice that's telling you we will rise. Thank you. So I'm actually going to change this up. I'm going to be playing a song that I really like. I mean, I like all my songs I write. That's kind of hypocritical if I say I don't like my own songs. This song is by Simon and Garfunkel. It's called Mrs. Robinson. We like to know a little about you for our files. Like to help you learn how to take care of yourself. Look around you and all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel yourself at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven has a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Put it in a hiding place where no one ever goes. Put it in a pantry alongside the cupcakes. It's a little something about the Robinsons affair. Most important of all, you gotta hide it from the kids. Don't you, Mrs. Robinson? Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven has a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. sitting on a sofa on a Sunday afternoon, going to the presidential debate. Laugh about it, cry about it, when you're forced to choose. Every way you look at it, you'll lose. Where have you gone, Georgia Mango? The nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Ooh, what's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Jolton Joe has left and run away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Well, there we have it.
So, quick question for you. During your time so far as a musician, have you ever found yourself to be nervous before a gig or during? And if so, how do you get over that? And what advice would you give to an aspiring musician, as to how to get over something like that or push through that? How do you deal with it? If it happens to you, I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it always happens. I actually read an article from Paramore, and it was Haley, the lead singer, and she's like, if you're not a little nervous, then you don't love it anymore. You don't love doing music anymore. So it's okay to be a little nervous, like I am. I'm still a little nervous, but with Shane being over here, I'm all settled out.
Well, thank you very much.
One of the advices that my professor gave me was imagine the most beautiful woman in the room and sing to her. It's like, can be anyone. Just picture that it's just you and her in a room and that you're just singing your heart out. That's how I usually get over my nervousness. I just pick out, I'll just think of somebody and I'll like stare at that point of the room and I'll just sing like as if they're in that room. And sometimes I'll like look around and see who I can get my attention to, and I'll sing like a particular part, like how I'm singing through the parts. Like Mrs. Robinson, I was going all around the room, seeing who's not on their phone.
In my defense,
the glow of the phone.
They're making bootleg albums.
Yeah.
all right, thanks for that, man.
But just that's what my professor said. It was really funny because I was taking a lesson and there was this really good-looking girl walking across the street, and she's like, "Imagine you're singing to her, like out through the window and through across the street, just sing her heart out." I was like, "Oh, okay." So it was really funny because my first semester I did voice lessons. She gave me like this sheet of music, and it's in German. And she's like, "Now sight reading this." And she's like, "Don't try to sing, or just don't try to pronounce it. Just sing the notes." And I was like, "Okay." So I did that, and she's like, "Congrats, you just qualified for the symphony orchestra, or the chorale." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "I'm surprised you wouldn't applied here in the first place. You would have gotten a scholarship." It's like, "Well, thanks for telling me too late."
Wait a minute, back up.
Well, it's funny because the way that you describe, being told to get over nervousness is probably a way that I would get freaked out.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, wow, that's super confident sitting on this stool right here, because I'd be like, damn, no.
Like singling
That's
out.
good. He's like, wait a minute, but my teacher said that's supposed to make me crap. No.
Wait a second, no.
No, that's awesome. That is. So what do you do besides music? Do you have other interests?
I actually work at a certain company that's been under a lot of scrutiny.
Okay, so next question.
Yes,
I'm going to stay out of it. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. I know that for a fact. Of course.
But it's fun. it's entertaining. My coworkers are always like, because when I was recording my EP, they were like, well, let me hear you sing. And I go, somewhere over the rainbow. And they're just like blown away. Mm-hmm. They're like, wow. And they're like, you need to go on The Voice. I have this, if she's listening in, she's going to freak out. I have this Polish coworker, and she has the CD that I made. And she and her daughter, who apparently works for NASA, she was listening to it. And they're like, how old is he? Oh, he's 22. He needs to get out of there. He needs to do something. So that was kind of like a driving force. It's like, yeah, I should probably leave and continue on doing this.
That's cool. I know, because I knew a lot of time, well, almost every single time, musician, well, what else do you do? What do you do to relax? Well, I play. Well, didn't you just leave a gig? Well, yeah, but, well, what'd you do when you went home? You wanted to chill out? Well, I played. It's like, it is all encompassing. I just got the phone rang before, and it was a musician, and they're like, do you have strings? We get those all the time. Before we open, we'd get them at the house. Do you guys have, can we borrow a mic? Can we do this? The gig, and there's no cable. And I said to him, well, if it's an emergency, I'll stay open if you can't make it. And he goes, oh, no, it's not for a gig. I just really am excited. I got to play this new song. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, you guys are crazy. I have no music talent, so I'm always amazed that you can pick up stuff. And when you write your music, with great songs, by the way, how does it happen for you? Does it come in words? Does it come in notes? I mean,
it's really weird because I'll just be doodling on my guitar, and then I'll be like, oh, well, that sounds nice, and this sounds good. But that only happens like every other song. Sometimes
just every other song.
I have to sit down and think.
That's a lot.
I know. Right? This guy has no idea.
I actually, when I first started, I actually listened to classical music, and I'll look at because I try to adapt the Eagles' way of writing, which is imagery. So I'd look at a picture, but I'll listen to classical music, and I'll be like, okay, and I don't know what happened. I guess it just makes me more focused, and it kind of gives me more of a rhythm to it. But lately I've just been just strumming, watching something or reading something, and be like, oh, that kind of sounds nice, and that sounds nice.
That's neat. That sounds a little bit like free writing,
yeah,
if you know what I mean. Yeah, people just sit there and go, and then you pick something out of it. That's neat. I know I love to write, and when I'm really trying to focus and write, I have monk music, actually. I haven't gone all the way to classical, but there's some chanting monks usually going on because it centers me or something. I don't know. Drowns out the kids, something. Yeah, pretty much. Well, this is great. I would love talking to you. I love hearing about, how the creative process works and everybody. And this is probably the first time I got the whole free writing thing. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Can we get another song from you?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this song was actually just while I was talking about free writing. I found a certain chord progression. I was like, well, that sounds good. I think I'll put some lyrics to it. It's actually about this yoga instructor that I knew. And she kind of described herself as, what is it? A barefoot gypsy with a loving mind and a free roaming spirit. So it was that kind of stuck. And of course, it didn't hit me until a couple of years down the road when I was starting to strum this chord progression. And I was like, wow, it kind of fits. So I guess she's the main motivation behind this one. This one's called Gypsy Mind. She's barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, free roaming spirit, don't you mind? She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, free roaming spirit, don't you mind? She'll pick you up when you're feeling down, won't you let drown at all? She is one of of a kind that's hard to find. She is one of a kind, only got some time. She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, free Roman spirit, don't you mind? She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, free Roman spirit, don't you mind? She'll pick you up when you're feeling small, won't let you drown at all. She is one of a kind that's hard to find. She is one of a kind, only got some time. She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, a free Roman spirit, don't you mind? She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, a free Roman spirit, don't you mind? She's a barefoot gypsy with a loving mind, free Roman spirit, don't you mind? There you go. It's a fun little song, and that little chord is like stuck in my head all day, and it was like trying to play like Rocket League or some video games. It's like, oh my God, it's stuck in my head now. I can't get it out. Yeah.
It's like you think, and it's like one more. That was excellent. Could have been singing about my daughters. That was good.
I'm sorry.
He's making fun of me
I
because
am
I
not-
cannot ever say that word.
No.
I always keep saying something else.
You know what?
What is that exactly? Because I saw you post about it, and I wasn't really sure what it meant.
So Irie is actually a Jamaican term that means all right or good or everything is okay. Say everything I every man, but for some reason it's not necessarily the same word that Josette says when it's, so I decided to help out a little bit. I'm not making fun of.
It's okay. I can handle it.
I think we're having fun with it. But that was an Irie song, so thank you.
I'm looking up the word that I say and I can't find it, so that should tell you something.
All right, so my next song is called Dreams, and my parents actually wrote this for me because they're like, being my age, they know how hard it is, how difficult it is to achieve hard work, and the hard work, like the grit and determination. It's kind of like the grit and determination. It's really hard. Like whenever you try to join a band or something, or you hear great bands like Continuum, The Rips, or Shane the Fury.
I'm a band. I'm a one-man band. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
A little shout out there. And it's also about opportunities. And I wouldn't have known about a lot of opportunities if I hadn't met Cole and Aaron from Enlightened Studios. Like when I was recording my EP, Cole showed me when Continuum was looking for a guitarist. And he's like, hey, I don't know if you're interested, but Continuum is looking for a guitarist. And I looked it up, and it was like they were looking for a singer-songwriter, music production, which I just graduated from. And it's like, must be able to travel a lot. And I was like, I'm single, I don't have no kids. I was like, it sounds right up my alley. I'm a singer-songwriter, so it should be fun. And I remember sending my stuff in, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh, gosh, because like auditions were coming up. And I was working, so I was practicing in between my shifts. And during one of my shifts, it was like, oh, yeah, sorry, we found someone we already wanted. And it was like, oh, well, thanks. But it's good for them. I'm glad they got the guy they wanted. But, whoops, train of thought just disappeared.
It's the music, man. The music.
It's preparing.
I just give credit to the music. Anytime I lose my trail of thought, so it's not a bad thing. Don't worry about it, man. It's all right. Everything is irate.
Oh, she's not paying attention.
No worries.
All right, so the song's called Dreams. Can't wait for life to happen. You gotta make your dreams come true. So set yourself in motion. So let me tell you what you gotta do. You gotta understand now. This is no time for fooling around. Hold to your dreams. I see fire in your eyes now. Hold to your dreams. It's worth it, you will see. Hold to your dreams. I see fire in your eyes now. Hold to your dreams. It's worth it, you will see. So grow yourself some thick skin. Greatness is not for the weak. So don't let up, never stop now. It's worth it, you will see. Hold to your dreams. I see fire in your eyes now. Hold on to your dreams. It's worth it, you will see. Hold to your dreams. See fire in your eyes now. Hold to your dreams. It's worth it. You will see.
Did it get you to that last part? You're like, wait, there's another chord coming. Rastafari. Oh. So I said Rastafari because we were just expounding on the Irie term. It's actually the official greeting of Rastafarians. Rastafarianism is a religion. Right, most of us heard about that from Jamaica. So I was like, Rastafari, randomly. So that was like really strange. So I apologize. No, I don't. Well, go on, man. Everything is Irie? Good.
Yeah,
what do you have next week? What have you got next for us, sir? I don't know. For some reason, I mumble on a Thursday. No. So, what have you got next for us?
I need my old
What? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Dino really likes this cover I do. And I was actually playing this for my sound check.
Oh, you mean Dino Lordy?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, my good friend.
And I was actually playing this for my sound check, and it was wigging out. Shane, he was like, "Where's that coming from?" And it's because they were playing "Wish You Were Here." Was playing, and I was playing along with it. And he's like, "Can you hear his guitar? Can you hear his guitar?" I'm like,
it was really confusing.
He's thrown off. He's like, "Wait a second." And he's like, "I hear nothing now." He's like, "Oh well, let's just stop playing." But it's "Wish You Were Here" is actually my first cover that I learned, and became a huge Pink Floyd fan. Dark Side of the Moon, favorite album of all time. My dad, he was like, "You need to go into a dark room and close your eyes and listen to the whole album while with your headphones on." And I did, and that's pretty trippy, hearing all this effects that happens in it. And but I really liked David Gilmour's vocals and whatnot, and I don't know, I just like really liked their style of playing. So this is my cover of "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? So you think you can tell what they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change. Did you exchange a walk-on part of the war for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fears? Wish you were here.
You did that on purpose. You can't tell me anything. It's like, we saw that. Good job, man. So tell me, what's your most favorite song? Everybody gets asked this. Every musician gets asked this question, and it's yes. You probably knew I was going to ask you to. What's your most favorite song to play? Whether
All-time favorite.
Yes, hands down. That's a tough question, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so tough. Probably Wish You Were Here. That's my all-time favorite to play.
Did you just take the easy way out and say the song that you should play? All right, cool. No problem.
No, but for real though.
If you were all right, let's do this a different way. What if you were gonna audition for like a really big part in a musical? And what song would you do for your audition?
Well, if it was Oklahoma, I'd probably do "Oh What a Beautiful Morning." That's what I did for my solo ensemble, which was actually my first ever solo performance. And my professor, she was like, "You're kidding, right?" I was like, Nope, I'm not joking. This is the first time, and it's at Northwest. I don't know if you guys been there. There's this little recital hall that probably a little bigger than this room. And my professor, my guitar professor, he goes, "It's going to be the most intimate place you're going to ever play at or sing at." And it's like, now that I've played out, it's like, well, not quite. This is pretty intimate, but I'm not all that nervous. I actually, probably one of the weirdest venues I played at had a water heater right next to me. And while I was playing, it was like, whoa, 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 and like, trying not to get sweat. There's another, hopefully it's not warping my guitar or anything. Like, turn this way. There was another one that was kind of weird. It's like, I don't know why this particular one did this, but they put a heat lamp on the stage. You're like, yeah, man, it's for ambience. It's like, no, it's for heat stroke. That's what you're gonna get. It was like right here, and people were like sweating, and like strings are slipping around. And it's like, I stood up there for two whole songs. It's like, I'm usually really heat tolerant. Like when I was in the Climatic Kinger in ROTC, we had this thing up to like 120 degrees, and we're in our dress blues. And kids are like just taking off. They're like, oh God, just sweating like crazy. And I was like, oh, it feels fine. But on that stage, oh my God, dude, I had to get off of that thing. I was like, I'm gonna die if I stay up here any longer.
Was that your most awkward performance?
Probably. It was definitely.
You can tell that he's had a few just by the fact that he described that and then said probably.
There's been a few that I've been like. The one with the water heater, that was kind of interesting, though, because I would play a song, and they're just like, stare at you, and you're like, all right, next one, I guess.
Thank you for listening.
All right, continuing on.
Just got to push on through, right, in those moments.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, and just keep
But it's funny you said that, because I find that a lot of musicians have said this, too. A lot of times they'll do a song, and then like it'll be that same lack of reaction then. But there are still people in the audience who are listening and who are enjoying the music. They just don't react. It's kind of confusing, but
it throws me off from time to time. It's like, oh, did I just like really butcher that? Or it's like, oh God, do I need like hide for like don't come back ever to this venue ever again?
So it kind of makes you wonder. Do you base a lot off how you do or how you think you do on audience reception or reaction? You kind of have to not base it solely on that, because you can be doing awesome and then get that reaction, get discouraged. But I guess that would be the lesson there for everybody. If you've ever had that experience, don't get discouraged. There are individuals that are enjoying what you're doing. It's just maybe they were eating. Were they eating? Okay, don't answer
would
that.
Would I make you feel better if I said yeah?
Well, it's just to validate the advice for our fellow musicians.
I definitely appreciate that.
Oh no, it's for all of us. For me too. I've had that. We just got to push on through, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, my uncle, he was actually just played the chairs. He was like. Or play for chairs.
Oh, have you done that though? Literally? Yeah.
Well, it's like I think one time I played to two people. I went back and forth looking at both of them, and then they just kind of stare at the ground.
Why'd you look at me?
They're like, "Oh, that's a really nice painting over there."
That's cool, man. Music is awesome, no matter what the condition. It's in my own opinion. We could play for instruments and tables and chairs and still have a good time. The joy, I think, or a big part of the joy in performing in front of an audience, a live audience, is that you get to share whatever you feel from your music with somebody else. And for me, if you can touch one somebody. I just went into the Jamaican patois. If you can touch somebody, if you can touch one person with your music, that's awesome, man. Let alone 100 or 1,000. You know what I mean? So think that's the most major part of performing in front of not tables and chairs, that you get to share what you feel from your music with somebody else. So thank you. Thanks for being here.
Alrighty. Love it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Asa Hooks. If you're just tuning in,
Thank you so much.
You've turned in to the best part.
Well, that's very cool to let our audience know, because speaking of tuning in, we have here at 30A Songwriter Radio, this is a live broadcast. It will be podcast later for everyone to listen to at another time. So if you missed the beginning or you're just loving it that much, if you go to any app store on any device and you put in 30A Songwriter Radio, click on the lips, download the app, and you can listen perpetually at that point. You can also listen on our website, and that's what these folks are doing. And this is a very small percentage of the people that are actually listening, just the ones that I understand how to pull up, and that is just the top cities on the website. We have Destin, Miramar Beach, Niceville, Atlanta, Boston, Cincinnati, Crestview, Enterprise, Fayetteville, Houston, Jersey City, Los Angeles, and Marietta. And again, just the top ones on the website listening. So thanks, everybody, and stay tuned. 38 Songwriter Radio, local vocal, Asa Hooks.
Woohoo! Oh, that was great. All right. Some acapella. I think I'm going to do another little acapella. And just because Shane's right next to me, there's a certain artist that comes to mind. See if you'll pick it out.
I'm terrible with that. Wait, is it Bob Marley? I'm kidding. Go ahead, man.
This song, it also kind of reminds me of this girl I knew back in high school. And no, it's a good one. I promise. she's not evil. She's not mean. She actually used to like hum this and sing this like in the stairwell before our concerts and whatnot in spring. And it was like, woke up this morning with the rising sun, 3 little birds are on my doorstep, sing its sweet song, starting the morning too. This is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. That's right.
So it was Bob Marley.
Remembers.
Because that's the only reggae artist that I'm kidding. One love, man. See.
Yeah, but while I was on break, that song just popped in my head and puts me in a good mood. So I'm actually going to start playing stuff from my EP that I recorded at Enlightened Studios. This is, of course, I guess it would be my debut EP. My first song is going to be Who Knows, and it's actually a poem I wrote in senior year of high school. And, it's kind of weird, like senior year, because, you're graduating soon, your friends are leaving, you don't know really what you're going to do, and you're kind of just like, oh, I'm in a rush, I don't know what to do. And, your cliques are leaving, and it's like you have your jocks, like, yeah, I'm going to college, I'm going to be a D2, D1 athlete, and then you have your super nerdy music people who are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be a music major. But for me, I didn't think I was going to be much of a poet, and then my English teacher was like, you know what, you can actually write. So this song is called Who Knows, condensed version from a poem, and here we go. Same old things, they kept me up again. All these feelings bottled within. Where will I go? Who will I be? What if I'm just wasting my time? Who knows where my love will go? Who knows? Will be a singing star. Who knows what the future may hold? Oh. Under that moonlit sky, I took a drive, trying to rid these thoughts of mine. Where will I go? Who will I be? Who knows what's in store for me? Who knows where my love will go? Who knows? Will be a singing star. Who knows what the future may hold? Oh. Who knows where my love will go? Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? By Mr. Asa Hooks. So I've got a question for you, Asa. What is? Okay, so the first part of the question might seem like a strange question.
Oh, I've been asked really strange questions, so I'll let you know.
So
if
part
it's a bar.
So part A. Do you love music? I know. Or see that? So what does it? What does it really mean to you? Like, what? Yeah. How does it make you, transcend above the issues? What does it mean to you? What does it do for you personally?
That's a really good question.
Thank you. We go for those.
Yep. What it means to me. I don't know. It kind of like just, it's a way to express myself. Like how my mom, she graduated from FIU with an arts degree, and she loves painting. That's how she expresses herself. She paints and writes, and she puts everything into it. With me, with music, I just pour everything into it. Like I'll just think of a certain moment or something, and I'll write music to it. Or when I'm out playing, or when I'm out listening, like Melissa Joyner, I would be listening in, and I'll be like, okay, with my part, I'd be doing like this. And I can see that, feel the message, feel the emotion of it. And for me, I know how a lot of other musicians, it's like it's us against the world, or it's us against another musician, which I believe that's kind of just crap. It should just be an all as one. We should all help out each other. What music means to me is, I guess, for me at least, it means loving something that you do. I'm up here because I love it. I love playing. I love seeing you guys. I love seeing you guys here listen to the stories behind my songs. I love seeing the smiles. I love everything. I love the energy. I love just playing. It's just in general.
That is a good answer. All right, everybody. So we got, I believe we have time for one more song. Would you like to do another song for us before we get out of here? Maybe, probably. Oh, yeah, we can. Oh, we should probably do 10. 2 more. Yeah, 2 more.
Okay. I'll do.
More. Oh, yeah. Take it away, man.
Okay.
Do what you want to do.
All right, so I'll skip one song and I'll go into. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Gotta go rewind now. Pretend I didn't say that. Okay. I'm actually gonna play my top 2 favorites. This song is called Addict, and it's actually from an episode of Intervention. Very interesting to watch. But this girl was really, really beautiful, and it was just kind of interesting how some kind of drug, just kind of ruins them. But in the end, in the end of the episode, she got better. But I was, of course, eating bag of potato chips and playing my guitar and trying not to get too greasy. And I was playing this kind of chord progression. And it was like, I can make a song out of this. I can make it something. This song's called Addict. You can run, you can hide, but all those drugs are killing you inside. You can run, you can hide, but all those problems are deep inside of you. Mother, she's worried for you. She asked if there's anything she can do. Where did I go wrong, she asked. What can I do to undo the past? For you. Look at yourself long and hard. Only you know what there's left to do. Look at yourself long and hard. See all that abuse that's been done to you. To you. Okay, so on to my all-time favorite. This song, if you might have heard it, it was on Facebook for a little bit promoting the show. The song is called "Stand Tall, Stand Strong." It was actually a open letter that I got during Christmas time, and she was like, you're kind of too down on yourself. And you underestimate your talent. And at that time I was just like, I don't think I can do this. And she's like, you really have no idea how good you are. She's like, this is kind of like my way of showing you that you are loved, that you are talented, that you are the light in the room, and that you are doing this because you love it. And that phrase stuck in my head is, I'm doing this because I love it. And so this is for her. It's called Stand Tall, Stand Strong. Everything falls down sometimes, and that's okay. Stand tall and stand strong, only you can lead the way. You stay as bright, baby, because you are the light. I'll be the reminder that you are loved. Know you're worthy and deserve the best. Tonight is a new night. Breathe, let it flow. Everything falls down sometimes, and that's okay. Stand tall and stand strong, only you can lead the way. Be true to yourself, let it flow, let it flow. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Hooks. Thanks to everybody for joining us this evening for Local Vocal. Brought to you today by 38 Songwriter Radio, along with Enlightened Studios.
Yep, that's right. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for coming out and listening. This is 38 Songwriter Radio, Local Vocal, brought to you by Enlightened Studios. If you want any music lessons, you love music, you want to find out more, check them out online. Thank you, Asa. We appreciate it. Great job. And don't forget, go to your app store, put in 38 Songwriter Radio, and click on the lips. Tomorrow night, we have Matt Prater on at 7 p.m. for Friday Night Originals. See you then.